Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Neverwinter Nights. And when last we left off, we started exploring the war zone here that was part of Neverwinter, before it was mostly occupied by Luskan forces. It's no longer occupied by Luskan forces, because I pretty much killed all of them. However, we need to go and sell a few items first, mainly because we have a few interesting things that might be worth using. We found a scimitar amongst the various pieces of treasure. And currently I do believe we are only using a scimitar +3. So anything that's better than what we're currently using would be very useful indeed. Now there is only one person that we can really go to with this, and that is the Shining Knight Arms and Armour. Oh, we also need to hand out some various, tell people that we've fulfilled some various quests and get handed out some rewards. We could hand out some quest completions. Here you go, have a quest completion.
Hello?
Let us see what you have in stock. What is this? It's not a very good weapon. It is keen, but it's actually worse in many respects than what we have, which is unfortunate. Here is a Ring of Fortitude +4. We aren't going to use this. We aren't going to use this, or this, or the Ebon Dire Mace here. Dian Mace, apparently. Nope, Dire Mace. Boots of Reflexes? No. I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to use the Wand of the Heavens either, because we can't. Or a Sickle +2. In fact, there's a fair few things we just can't use here. Here's a Sunlight Sling, which I don't think is ever going to be useful here, because we pretty much have everything we need in terms of slings. We have a sling. I don't think I've ever used it. Let's sell some random items here. Here's some more Farrell's Gold. We don't need to hold on to any reagents because there is nowhere that we can actually use those reagents. So at the moment, it looks like we're going to be stuck with a... what's this? A Cloak of Protection +5. It might be useful, but the +3 armor saves is actually really useful. So right now we'll stick with 41 armor class. Anyway, let's go hand in some quests. There is the Moonstone Mask here that we can hand a quest into and get some experience. Not sure how much it's going to be. Hello!
Thank you. Thank you for bringing me back my little Lisa.
That's no problem. I have no gold to give you, but I do have this cloak. It was a family heirloom. My mother said it was magic. Is it a really... No, we'll thank her for this. Now I must keep an eye on her. With all that's happened, I hope we make it through this. That's a Cloak of Protection +4, which isn't too terrible. Does provide +4 armor class. Might have been a better cloak that we got, but I'll take it. Hold on to it. If we desperately need 1 point of armor class, I now have the source of 1 point of armor class. Could have asked her to hold on to the cloak herself, but we never knew what kind of cloak it was, after all. Now let's inform this man that we fulfilled his quest.
Well met.
First you save us from the plague, and now the catapults and war golems are vanquished by your hand. So the bards have begun to proclaim. At any rate, congratulations. Your legend continues to grow, it would seem, and now is the time for me and my men. The Luskan dogs may have us outnumbered 10 to 1, but we won't go down without a fight. Maybe when this war is over, the bards will sing a song for Trankar and his battalion, eh, sar'ken Smith? And a worthy song it would be, Trankar. Kind words, sar'ken Smith. Perhaps even true if the city manages to survive against these odds. Was there something else you needed? No, nothing. Nothing else. We have fulfilled what quests we could, and now we must head back. There is only one quest that we now have, and that is the final battle quest here, which is basically to go and find that final word of power. Maugrim is apparently holding on to it, and we most certainly need to get a hold of that. And unfortunately, I don't think Maugrim is going to let it go willingly. We're going to have to fight Maugrim. And by fight, I mean kill. Because there is no way that we're going to be keeping Maugrim alive. I don't think Maugrim is ever going to come to help us in any way, shape or form, even if we held him in our dungeons. We'll take this wine and we'll move on. Aribeth, on the other hand, I'd very much like to save if we could. There is a house entrance. We actually probably want to go into that house. I believe that house is the one that will give me that secret entrance to the southern area of the war zone. It is, I believe, this bookcase. And we shall use the secret exit, which will take us to more of the war zone. Oh, it'll just take us to here. Okay, never mind. That is handy, but... Now, one of these leads... I think it's this one. Leads through to the... No, it's not this one. There is one of them, though. It leads through to the next area. We'll find it. There's the dead war golem. Not doing very much anymore, is it? What about... There we go, the guardhouse. There we go. We'll head through the guardhouse. Did we... Ow. I was about to say, did we look through any of these? Did we look into this treasure chest? We did. I could heal. Actually, healing here might not be so bad. I'd rather keep the air elemental, to be honest. Also, I'm going to have to buff, because buffing is going to be very important here. Do not want to be caught with out-buffs. So, Greater Stone Skin. One energy buffer. I also want spell resistance. I don't want Death Ward. You want Death Ward. Because I actually have Death Ward from the cloak. Not the cloak, the belt. So I don't need it. Also, Resist Elements will be nice here. Resist Elements will be nice here. And a Bull Strength. Because, for some reason, in this version of the rule set, that actually stacks. It really, really shouldn't. And in fact, the the gloves and the belt also would have stacked. They shouldn't, but they do. So let's move on. Into here. Hello, half-dragon Balor? Whoa! That is something interesting. I've never seen a half-dragon Balor before. Hopefully we can deal with the half-dragon Balor. Okay, we can deal with a half-dragon Balor. This really isn't that tricky. At all. Yep, near death, and in fact, just plain old dead. How much experience did we get for that? We got not a lot. 300 or so? Also, here's a treasure chest. There was a trap. And a belt. Nothing really much we need to worry about with the belt, but there we go. That was a pretty easy encounter. One half-dragon Balor obliterated. Anything else we need here? Nope. Well, let's go through the portal. Maugrim's Sanctuary. Okay, this is getting serious now. And there indeed is Aribeth. The evil shadow has lifted from Aribeth's face, though there is still sadness upon her features. However, for the first time since Fenthick's death, there is a peaceful acceptance in her eyes. Her challenge rating is indeed impossible. This is going to be a tricky fight. Let's actually save in a different slot, because really don't want this to go badly wrong. Alright, let's go. Let's have everybody get in.
I am not surprised to see you here. You have become quite the thorn in Maugrim's side. Though he would never admit it, I believe you have impressed him with your accomplishments.
Well, that's something, and that's good, because if I've impressed him, that means I've surprised him. Not you, though.
I, however, am not too proud to admit my respect for you. You have thwarted us at almost every turn. Yet in the end, Morag's will cannot be denied.
Neverwinter shall not fall to your army, Aribeth.
You have already lost. My troops control the city. Soon even Castle Never will fall. The streets will run red with the blood of Neverwinter's children.
That is an ominous thought, and let's hope that doesn't come to pass.
Morag is a voracious mistress. It seems there are never enough dead to satisfy her hunger.
Is that why you killed the innocent of Neverwinter?
You dare call these people innocent? The citizens of Neverwinter screamed for Fenthick's death, and Lord Nasher gave it to them.
Well, that's true.
His blood is on their hands. We are all guilty here, and we are all deserving of death.
Is that why you destroyed Neverwinter? Out of a perverted sense of justice?
Justice? There is no such thing. I came here for vengeance, but I am not responsible for Neverwinter's fall. My position at the head of the armies only hastened the inevitable end. Neverwinter was doomed as soon as Maugrim unleashed the Wailing Death.
Well, perhaps not. We did in the end defeat the Wailing Death after all.
Can you not feel it in the air? An evil cloud covers the city, the shadow of Morag. The Queen of the Old Ones has awakened, and none shall survive her coming.
Morag is just using you, Aribeth. She'll kill you as soon as you've served her purpose.
I am no blind fool like Maugrim. I know Morag will betray me. In fact, I'm counting on it. I deserve death for what I have done. But when I die, I will have the satisfaction of knowing Neverwinter was made to pay for what happened to Fenthick.
I think a fight is inevitable soon.
There is nothing more to say. It is too late for words. We must settle this in blood.
And we shall. Let's fight. Right, time to block that spellcasting. You will face the wrath of prayer.
I yield. I yield.
Wow, that was a very, very, very short fight. That was very short. You lasted, what, 3 rounds? I think it's time to talk to you. Also, I think it's time for you to turn around and look at us so that you're actually focusing on this conversation.
You have come far since our first meeting. I can no longer stand against you.
I think it's more accurate to say you can no longer stand against Crumpet. Crumpet has also come far. I mean, he has 190 out of 174 hit points right now. That's a lot of hit points.
Had Morag foreseen how powerful you would become, perhaps she would have chosen you to be her champion, instead of turning her lidless eye in my direction.
I would never bow down to the Queen of the Old Ones.
I suppose that is true. You have the strength of your convictions, something I lost long ago. Tell me, how can you go on, knowing you fight for a city that is doomed to fall when the Old Ones return?
I still believe Neverwinter can be saved.
I have seen the future in my dreams. Neverwinter will vanish in a blaze of flame when the Old Ones are reborn. It is inevitable.
There is still hope.
Hope? All hope within my heart perished with Fenthick. He was taken from me, the light of my life, and I was left alone in the empty darkness.
How did you come to this, Aribeth? Surely there is more to it than Fenthick's death.
Is the execution of my lover not justification enough for what I have become? They say I betrayed Neverwinter, but Neverwinter betrayed Fenthick first. With Fenthick's death, I lost more than a lover. He was a devoted servant of both Tyr and Neverwinter, and I saw how his devotion was repaid. How could I believe in a god who allowed such an atrocity? How could I serve a city so mercilessly cruel? When Fenthick was executed, I lost my lover, my faith, my loyalty. Everything I believed in crumbled around me.
Nasher did say that he regretted the course of action he'd made with Fenthick. But I believe the first option here is the most accurate. It sounds like you're trying to justify what you did.
I am simply telling you what happened. How I came to break my vows and betray all that I stood for.
It's not too late, Aribeth. There is still a chance to make things right.
Look around you. Look at the death and destruction I have brought to Neverwinter. I can never make up for this.
Oh, you could a little, I think.
And I have been too long under Morag's power. The Queen has a hold on me. I could not stand with you against her, even if I wanted to. I cannot help the city.
Your knowledge of the Luskan forces could save hundreds of lives.
I could bring my information to Lord Nasher and Erin Gend, true. But it would not be enough to turn the tide of the battle. Morag's power will bring victory to the Luskan troops. Perhaps a few hundred lives could be saved, though the city would still fall. But what will that avail me? Lord Nasher would still have me executed for what I have done.
Let's not lie here. Not a sensible thing to do. We have been honest with Aribeth all the way up to this point. Let's continue to be honest. You would do this to save the people of Neverwinter, not to save yourself.
I should sacrifice myself for the sake of the people who demanded Fenthick's blood? Do you really believe me capable of so selfless an act?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Once I would have gladly sacrificed myself for this city. But I have changed. I am no longer the Aribeth you knew. Now I walk a different path.
You see that there is an option there that doesn't have the persuade thing. These are quite difficult checks. This is because I went through all of the dialogue in Chapter 2 and got Aribeth's ring. This allows me to circumvent the chance of failure. And we shall do this. The woman who gave me this ring would not have said such a thing.
You kept my ring? After my betrayal? After all the death and misery I have brought to you and the city? But why?
To remember you as you once were, Aribeth, and in the hopes you would one day remember yourself.
I am not who I once was. I cannot. It would not be possible. I cannot go back. Not after what I have done.
Then go forward. Leave your hate and vengeance behind.
Your words are wise. Perhaps I can set aside my hatred.
Yes. Yes, you can, Aribeth.
If I turn myself over to Lord Nasher for execution, many lives may yet be saved. At least then my own death would have some meaning. But you will have to trust me in this. Maugrim waits for you behind this door. You must face him now. Time is of the essence.
He does have the final word of power. We do need that.
But I dare not accompany you, for fear I will fall once again under Morag's spell. Do you trust me enough to let me go if I vow to surrender myself to Lord Nasher? Can you take that risk?
Every single point in this dialogue, you've had the option of just basically say, draw your sword, and kill her. But we've got this far. And sar'ken trusts her. I trust you to do what is right, Aribeth.
Then I shall leave Maugrim to you, and I shall deliver myself to Lord Nasher and tell him what I know of the Luskan troop movements.
Which will save hundreds of lives.
If we are lucky, my information may help some of Neverwinter's citizens escape with their lives. And I will submit to Lord Nasher's judgment, whatever the consequences may be. I am grateful to you for this chance to do what is right. I wanted you to know that before I go, in case Lord Nasher has me executed before you return.
Go to meet your fate with honor, Lady Aribeth.
Lady Aribeth? It has been a long time since anyone called me that. Thank you. I must go to Lord Nasher now. While my resolve is still strong, you must face...
Come back! You didn't finish your dialogue! And she has faded away into nothing. But that's okay, we have all these things that we can loot. Mainly, unfortunately, dead people. Mainly, unfortunately, dead people. Maugrim, however, is going to be a very, very, very tricky encounter. But that is an encounter for next video. For when we come back, folks, we shall fight Maugrim and recover the final word of power. And with that, we shall see if we can deal with Morag once and for all. So, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.